Hello guys, today I'm going to be attempting a video about the frequency. Most of the characters everybody's going to have are going to be R10, with few exceptions with R15. The pieces of frequency are going to be starting at level 6 when you unlock R10, you unlock the frequency. So if you don't have an R10 character, you cannot do the frequency. Once you unlock R10, you unlock the frequency. The frequency starts at level 6. If you get to R15, they will level up 4 times until level 10. At level 10, the frequency also gains extra stats that I do not know all of them, okay? So for the characters that I have R15, I will show you. Otherwise, the other characters, I don't know what else we're getting, but realistically, you wouldn't get someone like 6 or Getian or Vila or Isolde to R15 unless they're your main, right? So this video is going to be structured in, I'm going to go to all of my characters. I'm going to show you what I think is the best or two good option for each character that I own, including Lucy and Kakania, which are the ones that I have at R15. And I will have the timestamp so you can check, go to the character that you would like to see. However, I don't have all of the characters, which means that most of the characters that I don't have are still gonna be in the video. Why? Most of the some of the characters share the same type of square, the same type of resonance piece, the shape with each other. Some of them share it. So for example, if you're going here, right? Marcus has the T, right? Who also has the T? I think Spathodea has the T. Spathodea has the T. So the same frequency as Spathodea is going to be applied on Marcus. You will see the same exact bonuses and same exact type of options for Spathodea and for the other DPS that uses the same type of frequency. So if you have a R10 character that I don't have at R10, then you can still get the same types of specs: Delirament, HP, attack, reality, damage bonus. We'll go to this, Spathodea, resonance, here, Delirament, HP, attack, defense, damage bonus. They're exactly the same. They're level 6, okay? So I will be showing you what I think is best for almost every character. If the character isn't there, because I don't have all of them, then check which one that you want to check, which do you want to build, which shape do they have, and match it to whatever the character that I showed you, because I'm probably gonna have one of everything. Okay, let's start before it gets too long. Lucy, she's R15. In my opinion, the best option are either Genuinity or Hyperphrenia. I'm not gonna stay and tell you why exactly, but it's basically the last one of every time. Not here because I already unlocked it. The last one on the list that you see here, the last one for every character is going to be an enhanced version of the basic one, the default one. So if you are unsure or you don't feel like going too crazy on one thing or another, you can get the upgraded version anyway and always gain something. So it's always worth to do it. However, for some characters, it's better to go more spec'd into more damage. You could go Genuinity for more Incantation Might, or Hyperphrenia, which is the upgraded default one for Lucy. So at the moment, I'm going Genuinity. If I feel like I need more HP, because this doesn't give me HP, I will go for Hyperphrenia. So at the moment, I am losing 2000 HP, but I'm getting way more things. Jessica uses the T as well. I would go for either Genuinity for Incantation Might penetration rate, because she doesn't really do that much damage on the ultimate and you're constantly getting more damage under her incantation. So Genuinity or Delirament. Actually, I'm not going to say this anymore. This is automatically going to be recommended, okay? I'm going to tell you of the weird ones, of the double down ones, which one you should get. Either Genuinity or Hyper, in my opinion. I don't like Inspire. So either these two. I wouldn't go for Incantation Might, to be honest, but whatever. For Ultimate Might, I mean. But I would go for Incantation Might or Full Attack. Moving on. And that applies for almost all the same character that share the same T. But Getian as a T, but we don't use Getian for damage too much. So you could go, up, or you could go for the Genuinity or Hyper, right? I would go for that. However, you are losing a lot of things, so keep in mind that that's the only thing you're getting if you have Getian at R10. You get more stats if you get into R15, but are you gonna get out to R15? At that point, it's not even worth anymore for all the materials that you used. In my opinion, you should probably go for Delirament when in doubt on this character that kind of hybrid, like, oh, but I'm using him to do this, this, and that. I don't really count on Getian's damage too much. In that case, go for the last one, right? For those type of characters. So that's Getian. 6 has Placidity. That's what I think I unlocked it, right? No, I didn't. So for 6, I would go Equibalance in my opinion, but you could also go full damage. But why would you go damage? And you know what? I'm just gonna even show you the others. I'm gonna show you now the ultimate might. You don't need it. This one, what incantation damage, right? Who cares, right? Damage, you don't need the damage. You need to heal. Heal is really low and attack in 92. The only instance of damage that you do is gonna be the ultimate, and it's gonna be the debuff that does a little bit of damage, but I don't. 5% is kind of whatever of the incantation of the debuff. However, the ultimate maybe can heal you a little bit. Yeah, maybe if you want to be fancy, but I would just go for Equibalance. To be honest, you're getting a way more. You're getting more HP, more attack, more reality, more defenses. You keep the damage bonus, you get higher damage reduction than normal. Okay, so I would go for that in my opinion. Moving on, Vila, I already unlocked it. Vila has to go defenses, guys. I'm sorry, but overindulgence is what it's at. I don't want to really give you any other option. I've seen people using this. People that use this I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. I guess they're trolling. I wouldn't really listen to them too much. There are 2 specs, reality and mental here, on like double down on reality, double mental, if you want to do that, but it's just some min-maxing for fun. I would go for overindulgence in my opinion. And that applies also for Kakania. Jiu Niang Zi goes here, and we are getting the Placidity. That's the normal one. We could go for Equibalance, obviously, or you could go for Genuinity. In my opinion, this is probably the best one because you are drunk and you are casting more Incantation Might. And the ultimate, yes, you can get a 10% ultimate might, but it's once in a blue moon, and maybe you don't have a good turn. You don't have 6 stacks of wine, so you're missing some damage. If you're missing penetration rate on the bonus on that ult because you don't have enough wine, then this has no meaning. This has no value, right? Because you're missing so much damage from not doing it correctly, then having ultimate might is pointless. So I would go Genuinity for big damage, or if you're unsure, or if you don't want to go there, just do Equibalance at that point. But I would go Genuinity. Moving on. Isolde. Isolde is another one, like, do you want to do damage with Isolde? Sure. You could always go Equibalance, but you could also do Genuinity if you want to go more Incantation Might. But however, you need to keep in mind that the only time she actually does damage is one of the 2 debuffs. And I guess Intermezzo can be regarded as an incantation, so I don't know about these 2, to be honest. This is useless. She doesn't do direct damage on the ultimate. She just casts Intermezzo, which is not the ultimate, and this one could affect the ultimate. But so you could go for this one, I guess. Damage heal, it's probably gonna be very, very low. Equanimity could be an option for doing like Giga Defense and Giga HP. So in my opinion, either Equanimity or Equibalance, in my opinion, for what you use Isolde for, I don't think it's worth worrying about dealing damage. We saw this, Kakania, this is the only one. You don't care about anything else. Overindulgence, gigantic amount of HP. Get her to R15. If you're P0, you have to, because she's gonna cap at like almost 20k. And there's no way to raise it higher than this, believe me, even if you use Balance Please, and even if you do, it's going to match the same amount of HP, and you're going to lose the bonus of the side tube. So, you know, do this. You need to max it out. If you're free to play, you have to, because at that point, you're getting the max amount of value from Kakania. Eventually, right? Take your time and increase her HP. Now, Spathodea, we saw it before. I would go either Genuinity. Elucidation is a chance. I mean, has a chance to be good, but you need to nail the 15 burn stacks, and you need to crit. Okay. So none of these give you critical. So might as well double down either on Incantation Might or by using Hyper here that gives you Giga Attack, or as usual you can go Delirament, which is the decent version of Placidity. Now you are losing the critical resist and critical defense, but you are gaining a little more damage bonus, a little more attack, a little more HP, a little more defense. So I guess it's probably better Delirament than the default one, but I would just go this, to be honest. I would go this for more activity, more damage. You're losing a little bit of defense. No one gives a fuck. You're losing 78. It's fine. But you are gaining pen, damage bonus, Incantation Might, and attack, and you're still retaining HP. So it's not that squishy, right? So, yeah. Even with crit, you still have to go some precognition to make sure that you crit. So keep that in mind, because this is really dog shit. Or user with like Isolde or something. Kaala Bauna shares the same, she does the L. So L for Kaala Bauna, I would go for Incantation Might personally, because even after the ultimate is going to auto cast an incantation, and that's going to be extra value for this stat over here. Genuinity, in my opinion, are always equibalence. Moving on. 37. 37 is a little giga squishy, but we could double down on the squishiness by going for Genuinity, because again, this is another character that is really heavy on Incantation Might, including the AoE Genesis damage that she's dealing at 5 Eureka. The ultimate doesn't deal any damage, so this one is, I don't know why it's even here. They should probably tailor to the character that we're fucking watching for the frequency. Maybe they will, I don't know, I didn't check NCN. And so Genuinity, I think it's a good idea. You are losing HP, however, so you keep in mind you're gonna be squishy. Maybe pair her with like some shielder or something. I don't know, or maybe just keep in mind that she's gonna be squishy, just less HP. This one is another good option in my opinion. Gives you back some HP, even more than normal, and gives you attack, which you like, and gives you critical rate, which you need. So if you don't want to go with this that gives you Incantation Might, you lose a little bit of critical damage, but here you are gaining a lot of HP back. So it gives you a little bit of survivability back. It gives you a lot of attack. It gives you 87 attack, 12% critical rate. It's retained, which is higher than the one you have, almost 6% more. Critical resist rate is kind of whatever. So this is a cool option. Then we have Aspirational. Aspiration is another one that gives you critical rate, critical damage. Now, if we're going for critical rate and critical damage, this is probably better, because it still gives you reality defense. You're losing HP, but it gives you more attack than the default one, but you are losing almost 1000 HP, so keep that in mind. This is a good option. Or Hyperphrenia, it's always a good option. So she has multiple options that could be nice. Genuinity, Superfaction, Aspirational, they're all marginal. So it depends on how you want to build your character. If you see that she is very squishy, you don't like how squishy she is, then just go Hyperphrenia, right? You're getting everything. Otherwise, if the squishiness doesn't bother you too much, you could go for Giga Crit in Aspirational, or you could go for Stupefaction that still get crit, but you can also get gigantic attack. The only difference between the two is that you're retaining reality defense, you're losing HP, and you're getting 18% critical damage, which could be good, right? You're not missing that much. 230, you're missing 50 attack. It's not that big of a deal. And when you go to the critical rate, you could almost make it very reliable by herself by getting specking into the critical rate more. Critical rate, critical damage would almost end up at 200 with 60-70% critical rate. Unbothered in the menu, right? Not even in the combat, right? So pretty decent. It could be pretty decent. So I would go for those. How is it called again? Let's say the name. I would go for. I feel like this is probably the best. Aspirational. If you feel squishy, then go Hyperphrenia. I'm pretty sure we tackled all of the shapes, but let's go. Let's continue for now.
Can I help you?
Melania has the Z. Melania has the Z. She wants to do a lot of damage from the ultimate, so this one actually could be a good option. Critical damage bonus, ultimate might, attack, and HP. The attack is the same as the default. HP is a little bit less, defense a little bit less, but you're gaining damage bonus and a little more damage bonus, and then you're getting 10% ultimate might. Could be good, or you could spec into incantation might. The kick does a decent amount of damage, so genuinity is definitely an option, but you know, which one you want to spec, it's up to you of these two. Then there is a funny one, is a Mercy. You could heal a little bit more when you do the rats. You already heal. So I don't think this is... That rat, it's actually pretty good heal. So I don't think you need to double down on that and lose on everything else, right? So that's very defensive for no reason. This doesn't give you attack, fuck you. Equibalance is always an option. So in my opinion, I would go either Elucidation or Genuinity. Actually, realistically, I would go Elucidation because I do like a lot doing the ultimate damage, the ultimate on Melania. I like the fact the damage there and how many times it hits. So I like the ultimate, but you could spec in just doing more damage with the kick and not do that, right? But you do want to rush the ultimate with Melania. So I would go for Elucidation in my opinion. Either Elucidation or classic last one Equibalance. Moving on, Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy, we just want HP. She has very low HP. She's I can't even do it. She's R9. She has low HP, so we want to go defenses. So whatever defense you can see, or maybe the last one, right? What piece does she have? Let's see. We can see the piece at least. She has the she has the plus. The plus. So we're gonna have Equibalance. The last one is gonna be the last one is going to be, it's going to be higher HP, higher attack, higher defense, probably the same or higher critical rate, and then it's going to give you something else that can help a little bit. So do that, right? Or just go spec hard into HP and defenses. That's what I would go for. Lylia, what piece Lylia is using? The plus. Okay, for Lylia, we want to go full critical rate, especially because we know the buffs that are coming. So maybe critical rate, giga critical rate if we can. This is probably the best one. Aspiration is probably the best one because it gives you also critical damage. And considering that you are critting at that point, and you're overflowing the crit into crit damage, so having this probably going to be better. I don't think there is anything higher than 12% critical rate. There isn't. There is also ultimate might. It could be an option Elucidation, to be honest, but I would rather have higher critical damage, and then the ultimate will deal more damage because I'm dealing the 10%. It's on critical damage, so I'm still dealing this 10%. It's just going to be transferring critical damage as long as I crit. So I would go Aspiration in my opinion. And she has very high critical rate, right? Also, this one is not upgraded, but it's going to have even higher here, critical rate and critical damage. If you go full maxed out Lylia on the buffed one, she might be actually pulling her weight finally, right? She's not even max level. At max level, she would have, I'm not going to do that, but she would have 9,000 HP, like these stats here. So decent. So that's what I would go for Lylia. Did we see everything? I'm gonna stop at Sotheby. Did we see everything? I think we did. Okay, so Pickles, I would just go defenses on Pickles, in my opinion. We don't need any damage from him. He buffs and stuff. So Sotheby, okay, so the poison stacks on attack. So maybe you do, she has already the base high HP. So maybe for Sotheby, we actually unironically go DPS back. You know why? Unless she has a healing done up on the thing, but I don't even need it anymore. On the buffs that comes from CN, Sotheby is going to have a lot of damage coming from the poison application. It's going to apply a lot of poison. She's going to have a better cure that's going to trigger when your HP goes below 40 automatically, even on the same turn. So you don't have to wait for the next turn to heal. So that fixes it. So I would try to go for more poison damage, which means that we need more attack. So maybe we spec into the highest attack that we can, because she has a lot of base HP. Mine is R6, and she has 10,000 HP already. Like, imagine that. So this is the piece that, where's the piece? The main piece? Is it the zigzag? Yeah, it's a zigzag. So the zigzag, 600 HP is giving me. 600 HP attack. We need the high attack while at the same time retaining a little bit of damage reduction if we can, and defenses. If we can get these 4 at least, these 4 with big attack, that's what I would go. So that's the concept. I can't show you because I'm not doing it at the moment. So new Babel, full defense, medicine pocket, full defense, and if you have heal, then heal. Anna Lee is kind of a hybrid. Considering her buffs in the future, I would go maybe Incantation Might or maybe Ultimate Might. Nah, Ultimate no. No, Ultimate no. Either just attack and like I would go for the last one, Equibalance. Equibalance is probably going to be the best because it's going to a little bit of everything. Considering that in her buffs in CN, when they will come to global, she will increase the level of every card, and then she will give shields based on something, right? If it's based on HP, then we want to do HP a little bit more, right, for the shield, because for herself, she doesn't really do many incantations. It's only one. The other one, it's a buff. And for the ultimate, it's the ultimate. It doesn't really do that much damage, and a 10% from the frequency is not going to change much because we're also losing some of the stats. So I would go Giga Defense probably, right? Because we don't really need her to do damage. We need her to be there to assist the team. Buff, Giga Shield, +1 incantation on everybody, and then do some stun with the level 3. But we're not relying on Anna Lee damage. So I would go for probably the last one. I don't know how it's called, balance, whatever. But yeah, the concept is this for everybody. Ezra is gonna be defenses, pure defenses. Semmelweis probably gonna be HP. Necrologist is gonna be defenses, right? These characters, they don't really. Regulus is gonna be defenses, in my opinion. We don't really use Regulus for doing damage. You could do Ultimate Might if she has it, but I don't know. I would still go defenses. Eternity HP for sure. But yeah, that is it. I don't have any other character. The other characters that I'm missing, find what piece shape they have and match it to whatever character that I have that they share the same piece. So that said, let me know what you think. If you disagree, let me know why. I think it's pretty simple. I don't think there's much to be discussed on it, but let me know in the comments anyway. That's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.